I was here today to watch Mark Taucar and Integris put a presentation on about personal pension plans, and being here today to watch this, I believe is something that might be of value to clients of RSA. So I'm also here today because I've just recently partnered up with Accilent Capital Management based out of Toronto, and Mark Taucar is the discretionary portfolio manager of that business. He joined Dan Pembleton approximately about 3 years ago to become the portfolio manager.
My name is Mark Taucar and I work with Accilent Capital Management as portfolio manager. I've been in the business now for 20 years, have been client front facing in terms of investments since that period of time. Started off in the banks and saw the environment there and how clients were treated at banks, and realized that we've got to be able to do better for them. Since that point, I graduated into more of a brokerage, more of a customizable feel for clients, helping them build their portfolios. Decided to take the Chartered Financial Analyst designation and work towards professional money management. And so back when I had still started in the business, it was highly commission oriented as opposed to service oriented. And I felt that the business needed to move in that direction. And so having taken the CFA, moved towards more of a professional money management feel and discretionary money management feel for my clients. Worked with various firms across Canada, Croft Financial Group and Cumberland Private Wealth, helping them build their referral platforms, working with advisors who are looking for money management for their clients, managed upwards to $350 million there. And then about 5 years ago, had discussions to build Accilent Select, which is the discretionary money management service here at Accilent Capital Management with Dan Pembleton. It's a bit of bringing both worlds together, the private equity space and the public space, to be able to give clients more of a pension style feel of management that mimics the endowment funds and the pension funds that we see now currently being used in very large pension and public and private pension plans. Part of the missing piece of the pie, I think, in the investment space at this point in time is that many of the traditional portfolio managers really have always built their solutions based upon public market management. They've done well and they've built great reputations, but with the advent and the inclusion of private equity, infrastructure projects that can be used in portfolios, we need to be able to incorporate that asset class more robustly than where these traditional portfolio managers have been. And so maybe that's transitioning a little bit more now, but I felt at the time that we were in the right space at the right time with Accilent Capital, where we had an individual like Dan Pembleton who's had the experience on the private equity side and myself on the public market side, to be able to combine those expertise and build better portfolios for clients. My general investment philosophy is dictated by our clients, and our clients tend to be individuals who are pre-retirees and retirees. And as a rule, most of those individuals will sit across the table from you and tell you, for better or for worse, this is my nest egg. I've worked 30 to 40 years to create it. You don't need to make me rich, but please manage this in a prudent manner. Manage it so that I can rely on an income fund or an income stream, and manage it so that I don't lose sleep at night. And so I've been in this business long enough to know that if we promise the moon, then we're going to disappoint a lot of people. But if we focus on trying to achieve steady returns with downside protection and focus on playing defense, then we'll be able to retain clients who are happier, who will rely on us as their trusted portfolio manager. Fees are very important, and what we've done here at Accilent to focus on that is we're not burdened by legacy business operations. Being a newer firm, we've had the good fortune of being able to recruit and incorporate the type of technology that helps us control our costs. You know, sitting 15 years ago in a boardroom similar to this with analysts around the table discussing the types of investments we want, and then realizing that each one of those analysts were paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to be flown across the world. Well, what we've been able to do is eliminate a lot of those costs with the incorporation of technology. The the streamlining of operations. And so those costs then get passed to the clients. So where portfolio managers used to charge 2%, more than 2%, what we've been able to do is reduce those fees because we have less costs attributable to our service. RSA Financial is a group headed up by Ralph Alton Reed. We view him as a client's personal financial physician. I would use the analogy of a doctor and a specialist. So when you go see your family physician, what you're doing is you're allowing that family physician to understand you physically, soup to nuts. And that's Ralph's position. He understands what your needs are as it relates to insurance, to estates, wills, investments, private equity. But what he has the ability to do, just like any family physician, if you came on in and said, I have pains in my joints, your family physician would say, you need to see a rheumatologist. Or you've got high blood pressure, well, you need to see a cardiologist. My role is to simply play the role of the cardiologist or rheumatologist that has a very small slice of the pie as it relates to your full well-being. And that's the relationship that we have with RSA Financial.
What I like about Mark Taucar is he's very transparent when he's talking with me, has a CFA designation and certification, and works under the IROC rules, which are the most strict in Canada. And as a partner of Accilent, I now have his services at my disposal.